Welcome to step 2 for lesson 5. And what we're going to do now is start combining shapes. So we are going to go to the butterfly artboard. Going to zoom in, and we're going to kind of take this weird glasses shape, and this is going to be part of the bird's wings. So we're going to take the shape builder tool, which is right here. It's like these two circles, Shift M if you want to close to it. And what we're going to do is first we're going to select the object we're going to work on, then we're going to select the shape builder. As you see when I highlight, it has those kind of darker dots going on. And what we're going to do is combine this shape and this shape. So we're going to click and drag. And I've combined those shapes together. It kind of matched the blue that was on my fill last. We can change that later. And we can shift and drag over here so it has a nice teardrop shape. And we're going to do the same to the right side. I'm just clicking and dragging to combine all these shapes. Now I want to get rid of these little shapes. So what I'm going to do is, using my shaper tool, it's just going to do hold down Option or Alt, click and drag, and that erases shapes. And what we're going to do is actually the same for the center. And the book kind of talks about doing a straight line on page 114. If you're curious, you can read more. So I'm going to take my selection tool, and we're going to change these butterfly shapes to kind of this reddish orange color. Make sure it has no stroke. And it's going to be M90 Y85. Yeah, nice and pretty over there. And what we're going to do is zoom out, and we're going to take these wings, select and drag them over to match up. It's a butterfly, maybe we need to nudge them up. And then we're going to take the body of our butterfly, which is a popsicle stick looking thing, and drag it to the center, about in the middle. And we have part of our butterfly going. So we're going to do a Command S to save our progress. What we're going to do is open our Pathfinder tool. Go to Window, Pathfinder. And Pathfinder kind of joins shapes a little differently than the Shaper tool. So we're going to go to Bird 3, Artboard 5. And I'm going to drag this over here. So we're going to select both this rectangle tool, and as you can see, it's a rectangle right there. Command Z to move it back, and we have an ellipse tool, and they're both on top of each other. We want this kind of curved edge, but these kind of marks right there. So what we're going to do is select both, and we're going to have our Pathfinder open. There's Unite, Command Z, minus front, intersect where they intersect, and exclude, or in the middle, you don't. Do a Command Z, and what we're going to do is do a compound shape. So when we do a minus front, it permanently deletes that ellipse, but we still want that ellipse path to be there, so it's a compound shape. So do a Command Z. What we're going to do is we're going to hold down Option or Alt, and then we're going to click minus front. And as you can see, the ellipse is gone, but this is right here. And I can take part of this stuff and just move it around because it's kind of selected. And I'm going to go into my preview mode, my outline, and kind of see it. And I can kind of select things specifically. So I'm going to take my direct selection tool, take that ellipse, and take my selection tool, double click on this circle where I'm isolated, and I'm just going to nudge it over so that this line has more of a right angle. There's more to it right here. Maybe it's a bit too much. I'm feeling good about that. So I'm going to go to escape out of isolation mode, go back into preview right there, and it's still there, and I don't really need that compound shape anymore. So while they're both selected, I'm going to click expand, and I just kind of have this shape now. And that's going to be the wing on our bird. And we're just going to drag it on top of it. It's kind of a cool wing right now. So what we're going to do now is create a compound path. Just kind of zoom out a little, back to butterfly. And we have this circle and we have this other circle. And we're going to drag this on top of here where it's centered. And while they're both centered, we're going to select both, and we're going to kind of make it where we can see through it. We're going to object compound path make all the way down here, or you can do a Command 8. And we can kind of see through it, and what we're going to do, should do a Command Z. Kind of want this shape down a little to add some more visual interest. Do a Command 8, and we're going to drag this and we're going to do a Command C, Command V, line it up, and we've got our butterfly looking right there. It's two different dots. What we're going to do is select both, do a Command G to group them, and we're going to rotate. So we're going to object transform rotate, and we're going to rotate it -45. Kind of a nice tilted butterfly. So we're going to save our progress, and then our next step is going to be playing around with the width tool, which can be a little difficult, and adjusting that red bird.